Tornadoes, typhoons have always been those natural disasters that people feared, but what were the most destructive tornadoes in history? You are on Top 5 video channel and today we will tell you about it. In 1996, a tornado gathered its bloody victim in the areas from Matarganj to Mirzapur. Moreover, no preparations and calculations by scientists could prevent the death of 700 people and the destruction of more than 80,000 homes. The number of people injured during this tornado remains unknown, but the death toll makes it the second deadliest tornado in human history. On May 20, 2013, a devastating tornado swept over the U.S. state of Oklahoma. The storm cut through a strip 3 kilometers wide and 27 kilometers long. The worst hit was Moore, a suburban town with a population of about 56,000. Large swathes of the city were virtually wiped out. The wind speed reached 267 km/h. The tornado lasted for 40 minutes. As a result of the disaster, 24 people died. More than 230 people were injured. A tornado hit the densely populated southern Wichita Falls on the afternoon of Tuesday, April 10, 1979, known as Terrible Tuesday. This was part of an outbreak that caused 30 tornadoes across the region. Despite nearly an hour warning that severe weather was approaching, 42 people were killed, 25 in vehicles, and 1,800 were injured because he arrived just as many people were driving home from work. The consequences of the tornado are 20,000 homeless people and $400 million in damage. This tornado at the beginning of the 20th century has long been considered the most terrible and destructive. 3 states of America immediately felt the full power of the elements, and another 6 states could not avoid unpleasant consequences. The tornado, which began in Missouri, continued its frightening activity in Illinois and subsided only in Indiana, taking with it 695 lives. The tornado raged for over 3.5 hours and generated 8 additional vortices. The authorities were able to calculate the damage caused. Immediately 2 tornadoes struck in April 1969 on residents of the suburb of Dhaka. Merciless tornadoes cut the lives of 883 residents, and more than 400 people were seriously injured. The whole world was amazed at the amount of destruction that these 2 terrible tornadoes left behind. Over the past decades, mankind has learned to predict the appearance of tornadoes, build reliable structures for protection, and quickly evacuate in the event of a disaster. But June 2015 showed that, despite all the achievements, man is still defenseless against the power of nature. Just a year ago, a river cruise ship was caught off guard by a terrible tornado, and it cost the lives of 442 passengers. Fortunately, the other ships were warned of an approaching tornado and were not harmed. It is very difficult to choose the most frightening of all these destructive tornadoes, because each of them claimed hundreds of lives, and each of them is priceless. The tornado that struck Bangladesh on April 26, 1989 is considered the deadliest in history. This is one of the countries where, along with the USA and Canada, tornadoes occur quite often. The tornado, with a radius of more than 1.5 kilometers, traveled 80 kilometers and affected the Manikganj district, which is located in the center of the country in the Dhaka region. The cities of Dultapur and Saturia suffered the most. The disaster took the lives of more than 1,300 people, 12,000 were wounded, and destroyed several suburban areas of Saturia at once.